For the first time in the UK, more than 200,000 infections were detected in one day. Premier Johnson sets up emergency clinics and calls in the army now. So, Great Britain has recorded a new daily high in corona infections. And for the first time, this was more than 200,000 cases that were registered within a day, as the government themselves announced on Tuesday. The National Health Service, NHS, warned of a large number of quarantined employees of the hospitals, and it's getting problematic. Prime Minister Boris Johnson puts the NHS back into a war, in his own words there. 218,724 new corona cases were reported in the United Kingdom within 24 hours. In addition, 48 deaths were registered, the government said. In view of the rapidly increasing numbers and the resulting staff shortages in clinics, the government was called upon to act. Johnson said on Tuesday that emergency clinics had been set up and volunteer medical workers had been called in with the support of the army. The NHS is back on the state of war, he said at a press conference. At least 6 hospitals had previously reported critical incidents, which means the situation could affect priority care. The Sunday Times reported that around 50,000 NHS workers were absent from work last week because they were sick or had to isolate themselves. I'm afraid anyone who thinks our fight against COVID is over is completely wrong, said Johnson. And he said, this is a moment of extreme caution. However, he ruled out another nationwide lockdown. Instead, he's counting on increasing the vaccination rate. The transport companies also had to struggle with failures, so that commuters had to accept long waiting times when returning to work after a public holiday on Monday. Anyone who tests positive for the coronavirus must be isolated for 10 days. Health Minister Sajid Javid ruled out calls to ease these restrictions on health workers at least. Well, with a total of almost 149,000 corona deaths, Great Britain is one of the countries hardest hit by the pandemic in Europe. The United Kingdom is currently confronted with ever new record numbers of new infections. This is mainly due to the Omicron variant. The number of hospital admissions for COVID-19 has also been rising again for some time, but has not reached the peak values of previous pandemic waves for quite some time now. But in contrast to the regional governments of Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, the British government, who are responsible for health policy in England, because England doesn't have its own government, did not tighten the corona measures over the holidays. The government recently stated that the country should try to live with COVID-19. There will only be new restrictions as an absolute last resort, said Health Minister Sajid Javid at the weekend. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.